What's going on, y'all? It's your boy No Credit, and I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, that notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into it. Kell Brook is finally at peace, reflecting on the American victory after 2 years later. American and Kell Brook names been put together for years. American and Kell Brook had one of the biggest rivalry in British boxing. Everybody wanted to see the fight. Some people say Kell Brook was ducking American. Some people say American was ducking Kell Brook. It was just one of those huge rivalry that fight had to happen. If it didn't happen, they would have filled the British boxing fans. But the fight eventually happened, and it was a one-sided fight. Kell Brook came out victorious with a knockout win over American. He stopped American in 6 rounds. Kell Brook said he wasn't never jealous of American. He was always happy for American. He just wanted to fight him. He said, "Yeah, I know American. We was on the same stable with Frank Warren, but American always got favoritism because he was an Olympian. He's a silver medalist, so he always got favoritism. Frank Warren always put him on a pedestal. Well, honestly, the reason why American got all of those favoritism or was put on a pedestal is because he was selling out stadiums. He had a huge fan base. That's why Kell didn't have a huge fan base. At that time, American was more popular. So that's why he was, promoters do that. We know one fighter is better than the other one, but one fighter sells more. So they try to put the fighter that they believe sell more on a pedestal and put the guy that don't sell as much below that guy. But Kell said he wasn't jealous of that. He always rooted for the American. He was like, I was never jealous of American. I always rooted for him. I always wanted him to win. He was just mad that people kept saying it was his fault that the fight wasn't happening. He wanted the fight to happen sooner. A lot of people say American got a glass jaw. And a lot of people say Kell Brook got a glass eye. Yo, the sport of boxing can be so wicked. Boxing fans can be so wicked. You call American glass jaw, Kell Brook glass eye. I mean, Kell Brook did admit that he was damaged going into the Errol Spence Jr. fight 7 years later. I'm not a big fan of guys who make excuses. That's why I'm upset with Errol Spence for making excuses a year later after being beat by Terrence Crawford. 6 months to a year later. So, I was starting to have respect for Errol Spence because he went out on his shoe. I lost a lot of respect for Jermell Charlo, but Errol Spence was gaining my respect. But then he lost it again outside of the ring when he made those excuses. And now Kell Brook is losing my respect as well. I don't care if these guys don't care if they lost my respect. I'm just giving you guys my opinion. At the end of the day, my YouTube channel, I'm free to give you guys my opinion. I have some people that jump in my comments and say, these fighters don't care what you think. Listen, who cares what you think? You understand what I'm saying? Don't jump in my comment section and say, these fighters don't care what you think. At the end of the day, it's like you coming to my house and try to tell me how to think. So, you people that jump in my comment section and say, these fighters don't care how you think. Keep your freaking opinions to yourself. All right? At the end of the day, you can start your own YouTube channel and go on there. And then you talk how you want to talk or how you want people to address these fighters or say what they want to say about these fighters. I'm going to say what I want to say because at the end of the day, that's my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, Amir Khan and Kell Brook Kell Brook just said a lot about this fight. He said he trained so hard for this fight. You know, he's taken a couple of losses in his career. He lost to the likes of GGG, Earl Spence, and Terrence Crawford. So he has 3 losses in his career. And he said he would have never been able to live with himself if he would have lost to Amir. He said he trained so hard for this fight. He's never trained as hard as he trained for this fight, because this fight would have haunted him for the rest of his life if he would have lost to Amir. So he had to get this win at all cost. He knew this wasn't a 50-50 fight. Everybody kept saying this is a 50-50 fight. Amir is so fast. He has lightning speed. And Kell Brook was like, man, I always knew I was going to win this fight, and it wasn't a 50-50 fight. I've never wanted to win a fight so badly as much as I wanted to win the Amir fight. You know, Kell Brook is a guy whose career is kind of sad, because, like, the guy was a dominant 147-pound champion after beating Sean Porter to take his belt. He had an opportunity to beat Earl Spence Jr. as well, but his promoter, Eddie Hearn, forced him to go up in weight and ruin his career by fighting GGG when GGG was at the heights of his career on a pound-for-pound list. And Kell Brook admits, he said, that fight ruined me. You know, my eye was damaged going into the Earl Spence Jr. fight. So I couldn't perform how I would have performed before the GGG fight, you know. I got to give it to Kell Brook for his honesty. I think he's 100% correct when he said he was damaged going into the Earl Spence Jr. fight. But I got to call it what it is. It is excuses. And I'm not a big fan of excuses, but, I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's been years, I guess, so people don't really care no more. But anyway, Kell Brook right now is just at peace. But before he truly hangs it up, he says he has another rivalry, and that's Chris Eubank Jr. He says he wants that Chris Eubank Jr. fight so bad. He never wanted a fight so bad like he wants the Chris Eubank Jr. fight.